hello, good evening everyone. How are you doing tonight? Kamita, congrats on getting first. Elder Tom, welcome to the chat. Hello, hello. How many hydrates do I have? Oh my goodness. At least it wasn't 20 minutes before the stream. Let's just say that. 6. You know what the problem is? I only have sparkly water, so this is gonna have to go easy or else I'm gonna explode. So a little by little. So okay, 6 hydrates. I'm gonna do 3 now probably, and we'll see. So hydrate before you diurate, and also make sure to also drink your water. Chug chug chug. I better not. I don't want to be burping, throwing up. All right, I did 3 little sips, so we can take off 3 hydrates if you would, mod. But how was your day? How was your dinner? Did you have anything to eat before the stream? After work, I was really craving some pasta, so first thing I did when I got home was cook some pasta. And it was delicious. I did some pasta with some chicken, bell peppers, and some cream. It was really good. Man, that was life-saving. That pasta hit the spot. I don't know where the spot was, but I was just craving pasta the minute I got off work. I don't know, man. Rice with steak, very tasty and never fails. Also, I'm sorry if I sound a little stuffy still. I'm still recovering from the cold. I mean, I'm not sure if it's cold or if it's allergies. I am not sure what this is, but I'm still stuffy and getting over it. I got on meds again yesterday to see if this goes away for once, finally. So we are hoping that this whole situation will be over soon. Because hey, listen, as much as it is kind of funny that I speak like this, I actually enjoy breathing through both of my nostrils. I don't know about you, but I took these for granted. These nostrils, my ability to breathe, I took them for granted. Bolognese. Did you have with pasta too? Oh my god, I already passed up on these Kamita. Oh my goodness. Also exciting. Tronum has been going to driving lessons. Exciting. I've been doing my darn bestest. I still get nervous around behind the wheel, you know. My teacher, he gets it that I'm nervous. I'm prone to mistakes, but that's what it is, right? Where I'm learning. I only have 4 classes in, so I only drove like 4 times. You know, surely I'm getting there. And the promise I made last year to you guys that I'm gonna take April off to do my driver's license. No, I'm doing that this year. I lied last year. I did not take April off for my driving lessons. I was just vibing, I'll be honest. I'm scared to drive or scared of everything. I still am, but now I have the time pressure that I have to get it done by the end of the year. And since I work and I actually want to go out on my own terms and I want to do what I want to do, that also influences a bit of the decision, doesn't it? Like, I have to get this done, and this is what's gonna happen. I've been having a lot of fun going through like used cars that are kind of cheap, somewhat cheap, so that I can buy in the future. That's where the Mini Cooper talk came last time. I was obsessed with Mini Coopers. I knew every single thing about them. But now I look at the street and Mini Coopers are everywhere. They're not so special anymore. They don't spark. They don't bring the joy that they once brought. Because anyone and everyone has them now. It's not the same thing. So Mini Cooper's phase is off the table. I've been through it. We went around it. Now, do you know what's... Oh my god, I need to show you. You know what it is? I'm gonna show you. what my car is gonna be one of these days. Once I get my license, it's game over. Let me, hold on. Add window capture. Yes. So Lancia's right. Lancia's muse. I don't know what you call it in English. In Portuguese, it's Lancia Musa. Um, this looks like a good old reliable car that is not like the other cars. You know? I love the little quirkies. I love the quirky cars. They're not like the other bitches. They are round. And do you see that roof? Do you see the roof up top? The roof fucks. Like I'm sure in the summer that's gonna heat up. And there are some protective things that you can close them. That's not gonna do any miracles. Um, but God, isn't that gonna be so cool? Picture this, right? This has roof pretty much like you can open the roof. Hold on. That did not go where I wanted to. What is this? Okay, so like this. It's like this. He has two roofs here. So picture this. It's a rainy day. I got off of work. And I'm gonna go through the drive-thru on Burger King and get some chicken nuggets and some fries. And then I park somewhere and I just eat my chicken nuggets. Vegan, by the way. The vegan nuggets of Burger King, they are very good. And the rain is just falling. That sounds very cool. Like I have the homies in the back. We are all eating chicken nuggies. Right? That you can't tell me that does not sound cool. We're all eating chicken nuggies while the rain is falling. Heck, even on summer days, we can open these roofs and like pull them back all the way. So all the air that's going through. Ah man, I don't know. Also, significantly cheaper than Mini Coopers. Like one of these used, I'm seeing for less than 5K. Which is pretty much what I'm going for. I don't want to be spending more than 5 or more than 4 actually, more than 4K on a car. If I really like it, like if I see that it's really worth it, I'm not opposed to spending a little bit more, but not a K more. Like 500 more. And that's pushing it. I still don't have that kind of money. I'm still working to get that money. So I really need to take it out. I need to calm down. I have 4 lessons in driving. I need to calm down. But that is the goal. No more Mini Coopers. The Mini Cooper is gone. We don't care more about her. Lancia Musa. That's what's going on. Yo, car stream. I had to show him. It looks so cool. Also, can we appreciate my boyfriend? I send him links every day of cars for him to see, and then we see the pros and cons of each car. So props to him. I see cars every day, and he's bombarded with links every day. Thank you, love. Very much appreciated. Shall we get to the game though? Before I actually start getting too sleepy. I'm scared of being sleepy. These past 2 weeks that I've been streaming, um, at the end of the stream, like it starts probably at 11. My eyes want to shut down, dude. It's because it's becoming a problem. Like I'm reading the dialogue of the characters and my eyes are just starting to shut. So let's see if that does not happen today. I have my sparkly water to hopefully counter that. So let me take the last remaining 3 sips. Cheers. All right, that's the last 3 sips. We can tick them off. And now my dog will have a cool little water bottle to play with because he loves playing with water bottles. Excuse my coughing. I'm gonna blow my nose. Excuse me for a second. All right. So this is where we left off. Let's open it up. I want to see if I'm gonna get canceled on Fader. Like, what is happening? Okay, let's go back. Hissen grins cynically as he raised his head. Wait, why is she so shocked? Ah, maybe the auto thing. You know what? He's an asshole. But look at that hair. Doesn't it look kind of cool? Oh my god. In her open her mouth. Yeah, it was auto right. Okay, she didn't actually post it, but it's there. It's posted. Hyesung has been obsessed with Fader and accusing others. If this continues, no one knows what's going to happen next. Okay. To provocative Hyesung, who relies too much on Fader, bring up something to give him advice, discourage his excessive youth. I didn't read it. Hey, no, I didn't read it. I was still choosing. I didn't know. What did the others say? Did you guys see that? Was this the better option? Should I reload? I can still reload. Oh my goodness. I didn't read it. Fuck. Hold on. How do I go back? That is not what I wanted to do, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna restart the game. Wait, it said auto checkpoint. Oh my god. Do I know how to play games anymore? I don't think so. What the fuck happened? My bad. Hopefully I can reload from the last checkpoint, not the autosave checkpoint. Shit, I don't think we can. Fuck, dude, are you serious? Nope. What is this? I'm scared. It's pause. Okay. Well, fuck. Shit, I should have skipped it. Oh my god. I don't know what happened. We live in ignorance another day. Oh my god. Hold on. Can I look it up on YouTube at least what they said? Buried Stars playthrough. I want to see at least what they said. Oh my god. Investigation. Oh my god, what's happening? Okay, not this. I don't want to get spoilers. Okay, this was last stream, I think. Yeah, okay. Okay. Guys, I see. Hold on. There it is. It was either bring up something to give him advice or say you're very disappointed. I think we picked the right choice. I'm not gonna lie. That seems okay to me. Bring up something to give advice, not say you're very disappointed. Okay, so this is what happened. But we didn't see this. I skipped through all of that. Fuck, why did I skip it? Oh my god. Hold on. We are figuring this out. We are. Let's see what happened. Because I totally skipped this. So let's see. God, I had to click it, didn't I? Okay. Make up your mind. Audition contract. Oh god, wait, let me read it. Hyosung's shoulders sagged as he tried to calm himself down. Hyosung stopped his provocation, but the mood was depressing. And this is where we are. Okay, so we're good. Nothing very important or something happened. So we're good. Okay. Oof, that was still broke the silence. Where's Joyoung? Where is Joyoung? Joyoung was not there with them. Everyone ran toward the source of the sound. The fuck? No one could even speak. It was someone familiar to all of them. Oh, it's the producer we were searching, right? We're continuing right now. Okay, so these are the standings of the current rankings. It's still the same. Sanity report status. Sanity low. I pissed off Sil. Fuck, well, the other guys trust me, so I think we're good. The shock gradually subsided. The after effects still lingered. Duyun could only stare at the body vacantly. Sayin Shin, the show's chief producer. She said everything was part of the show. She asserted that only the survivor gets to have it all. But she was gone. She couldn't have imagined this kind of end. Her body was found near a corner of the collapsed stage. The famed producer's brilliant career was gone in a flash. So she's actually dead. Duyun tried to suppress his emotions, running amok. He moved his parched lips to speak. Oh my god, the panic attack lady is gonna freak out. It's 11:55. We have still so much time to wait. Okay, Sil flinched and turned around to look at Duyun. Okay, now tell me, why do you think that's a good idea? Ju Young interrupted. Oh! Everyone held their breaths at the sound of a faint ringtone. Hey, yo, hello? Looking startled, everyone raised their heads. Oh no. Oh, no, we're not. Everyone stared at each other with perplexed expressions. Good question, good question. I mean, do we? Valid. Okay, Bond went up. Oh, they went down with her. Woof. She wasn't a good person? I mean, she has a point, but come on, we're just a couple of youngsters. The uncanny strength in Juying's voice seemed to convince everyone. Everyone agreed to check out Seyung's corpse. Alright. Put your goggles on and your latex gloves. We're going in. Hyesung began to roll up his sleeves. Alright, boy. Can you? Listen, I watch enough CSI, NCIS, Sherlock Holmes, Blacklist, Hannibal. Have you? Despite the strong words, Hyesung's hands were trembling as well. Ina held her hands to her chest and wriggled her fingers. Sil took a step forward, but immediately turned away. He's right. He seems the most logical person in this group, I'm gonna be honest. Beside me, of course. Duyun squeezed himself out of the crowd and stood before Sengyun's body. He took a deep breath. Alright, investigation started at midnight. You can investigate a certain place or an object to get a clue keyword. If you investigate all areas, you will automatically end. Okay. So what do you got here? The gruesome abrasion on her caught my eyes. Oh, I'm gonna go insane. No. Gyuk placed his arm around Duyun to comfort him. Oh, I mean, I never said I was strong enough. I said I'd do it. Hyesung tried to suppress his voice from trembling. Duyun looked back at her. The top of her head had been crushed. It was a significant wound. This was undoubtedly the cause of her death. Blunt head trauma. While holding her hair up? What do you mean? And then her head hit the wall. Boom. Did someone hit her? Did someone was there to make sure she got hit from the debris, huh? The top of her head had been severely wounded. It must have been the fatal injury and the cause of her death. There's a rock. A large piece of concrete debris. There's blood splattered over it. This is clearly the debris that killed Sungyun. Well, yeah, I wouldn't expect to leave either. Hyesung groaned as he mumbled out a few words. I think The Rock did it. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's in the game, Buried Stars. Oh my god, he did it. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's strong enough, he could have done it. You can't tell me otherwise. My god, it was The Rock. They found a large piece of concrete with blur on it near her head. What's here? The corpse was lying inches away from the collapsed frames and concrete debris. Her entire body would have been buried if it was lying slightly closer. There's also debris underneath her. A pile of debris from the collapse was sitting underneath her body. Her back is clean. She was moved. She didn't die there. If there's debris under her, she was moved. The killing was made elsewhere. Especially if her back is clean. I don't trust it. Exactly! Exactly! I'm on the bridge of a breakthrough. Oddly, there was no debris on top of her body. His gaze stopped at the bloodstain on her hand. There's a pile of debris underneath her body, but nothing much on her body. She was moved. Also, before I proceed, let me remind you, who was not with us when we made aware of the situation? The panic attack girl. She was the one who screamed. Where was she? Where did she go? I'm getting theories cooked up. I'm getting theories kinda sus. Exactly. Where was she? Why did we only find the body after she went off on her own? What happened in that short period of time? Her legs were stuck under the collapsed steel frames. Well, I don't know how she got under there, though. Dune looked back at her. There is only a narrow gap between the floor and the frames. Her legs were also snapped at an unnatural angle. Do we think post-mortem? Her trousers were stretched out as if they had been pulled on. What? It's as if they're worn out. From getting dragged around? Yeah, probably. Or dragged or struggled to get out. Something of the sort. She must have struggled to get out. The three of them tried to lift the steel frames. Then how is her back clean? And there's only debris under her, not over her, if she didn't move. Like, her leg is stuck, she couldn't move. And if three people are not strong enough to move the steel, this is getting, the plot is chickening. Her legs were caught between a steel frame and the ground. The torn apart of her pants indicate that she struggled hard to get out. Duyun examined her hand. Well, okay. It looked like the wound was caused by being struck or crushed by something. This was definitely a horrible sight to witness. The palm of her hand was clean, but there are wounds on the back of her hand, as if it were struck or crushed by something. Interesting. Interesting. Hyusung let out a deep sigh. The plot is chickening. Those who were standing back focused on their own watches. Why? Why is it not working now? But it was working before, right? Is that a thing? I mean, internet kind of works like that, Wi-Fi. So does service also work like that?
外はもう大騒ぎで、どこも通信は不安定だって言ってたわ。取材陣や救助隊、野獣馬が大勢押し寄せてきて、大混乱だって。
ここにいる僕たちにはわからないけど、外には大勢の人がいるんですね。
じゃあ、これが見せ物ってわけ？
I mean, it is for them. It's quite a big story.
多分ね。
According to the rescue team, the outside seems to be bustling with reporters and bystanders. Frowning, Jo-young lowered her watch.
繋がらないわ。みんなもしてみる。
Nobody, including Do-yoon, could make the call.
電話、俺たち同士でしかできないみたいですよ。
Well, ain't that great.
こんなの。
Exactly, that is pointless.
こんな真似させといて、電話も取らないのかよ。シャベターで知らせたら。
It's gonna be like, hey guys, so crazy stuff happened. We found our producer dead on the ground, and like, the cause of death, yeah, you're not gonna be able to guess. Logan Paul moment, yeah. But I mean, he's got a point, but oh my god. How did you even think of that? Hey, listen, you see the title of the stream? Twitter is gonna cancel this man.
シャベターがそんなにしたいのか？チーフが亡くなったこと、みんなに知らせるつもりなのかよ。
Oh, he looks mad.
そういうお前は何かいい案でもあるのかよ。
落ち着きなさいよ。今すぐ連絡する必要はないよ。
I mean, yeah, the body's not going anywhere, am I right?
後でまたやればいい。
そうですよ。電話がつながった時に伝えればいいんです。
でも、プロデューサーをここに。
I mean, where would you take her? Where would be better? Oh my god, prepare for round 2! An ominous noise screeched out from the— oh my god, all sorts of debris rolled across the floor. Soon the tremor gradually began to subside. Jo-young brushed off the dirt from her hair and clothes. What is happening?
まさかこれ以上崩れたりしませんよね。
レイナさん、大丈夫ですか？
なんとかね。
Inha patted Jo-young on her shoulder.
ステージの下は危ないよ。救助隊には連絡ができるようになったら伝えて、まずは上の方に行こう。
Okay.
ニカちゃん、でもこのままにしておいたら。
自分のことしか考えてねえのかよ。
アホ。みんなのこと考えて言ってるんでしょ？
She's absolutely right. And also, what would you do? You can't take the steel off of her feet. She's stuck there. She's dead, so where would it be better? This is all just to ease your mind, not hers. She's dead. There is nothing you can do. In response to Hina's suggestion, I can disagree with her. Let's call them before moving out, or it's dangerous to stay here. Agree with her. I'm gonna agree with her. She's making a valid point.
テージの方に戻りましょう。このまま行っちゃうってことか。
What is she gonna do? Complain?
僕も寮の意見に賛成だ。
See, the pretty guy gets it. The pretty guy gets it.
ここはあまりにも暗すぎる。また瓦礫でも落ちてきたら見て避けるのも難しい。
So we need to get out of here. Everyone held their breaths at the creaking of the steel frames.
意見が分かれそうな話だけど照明が当たるステージの上にいた方がいいと思うよ。
Exactly, exactly.
そうよ。何もわからないうちに何かに当たったりしたら。
チーフのように。
So we need to get moving.
仕方ないわね。
The group reluctantly headed up to the stage.
連絡はそこでまた試してみよ
救助隊が来たら全部終わります。きっと
Exactly.
何もかもうまくいきますよ。
持ちこたえるのよ。どんなことがあっても。
Deep down, Duyun couldn't agree more. However, a sense of oddity during the expansion of the corpse. This mystery feeling of oddity never went away. Okay, communication started. Now you can use the phone app on the smartwatch. You can call any of your friends in your contacts. Why can't I call the producer? If you successfully make a call event occurs. There are lots of different effects that can occur, so don't forget them. Only one call event is available for one's communication. You can call another character immediately. If a call event doesn't occur because your connection fails, you can still call someone else. But everyone's here, right? So why should I call anyone? Okay, so is there any info on Fader? WBS Entertainment network traffic has sharply increased at the accident site, creating issues with calling, texting, and other network functions. It is difficult to understand the current status at the scene, but we'll keep you posted with any updates. Is this me? No. A message related to the staff is being shared around Fader now. Is it real? I tried to check the original post, but the OP account is gone. It was too hectic to see. That doesn't make sense. I worked there part-time several times and I heard a thing or two. I always heard the producer isn't the corrupt type. The producer was so impatient, never waited for approval, was always about action, and so stubborn. She'd always fly off the handle if her orders weren't followed properly. We nickname her Bossy. It is hard to believe there was a bribery between Sengyun and the construction company, and it'd be nearly impossible for the rest of the staff to alter the blueprints or extort money behind her back. I don't think there's much credibility to it, so... Okay. Bossy. That's her nickname. She often pushed things forward without permission. Hydrate, thank you very much. I still have one bottle of sparkling water. I hope you've been remembering to hydrate as well, everyone. Alright. I'm cracking up, Lamau. While working there, I made complaints several times, but they just said it's a producer's order and just do it. That was so ridiculous. The staff seemed to be slaves to the producer. Okay, Zhu Young-min. That's the panic attack girl. I really appreciate all of you giving me another opportunity to perform on stage. I'll do my best. Please continue to support me. This seems like auto-right. I don't understand why they changed the venue to another unsuitable building. They claimed they didn't have enough seats and the view from the audience section was bad. The construction company illegally cut costs on the construction materials and labor. I reported it, but I got fired. Don't believe what the staff are saying. Oh. A construction worker insisted that some staff members intentionally covered up the shoddy constructions of B-Star stage for some reason. So this was on purpose. The rescue teams can get into the accident site for fear of a further collapse. The equipment they brought in wasn't the only thing new. Isn't that illegal? They rushed to stage construction, and I'm really upset to think that Nina is buried down there. They had such a huge studio audience, but only 2 emergency exits. How long did they spend working on the stage? Oof. Makes sense, though, that they're complaining. Only 2 emergency exits? Yeah. Star photos or videos of the accident site in a safe place. You might need them. You might need to hand them to the police as proof. Videos or photos of the accident may have to be handed over to the police for future investigation. Only 2 emergency exits. And I've watched how Do-yoon acts for many years. He doesn't have many thoughts. He just remains quiet, observing the situation. The betrayer doesn't reveal his true colors until the end. No, I'm good. Must not be the producer, as he said, a staff member. We still don't know who's trapped or who's been rescued. Who did Hyesung say he's with? Everyone. The staff there must confiscate Hyesung's and Ju-young's phones. A strange comment is being shared, but the author deleted the original post and it disappeared. If a dead body was found, it would have been covered on TV news. The TV can't fucking get in, boys. I knew Hyesung was a thoughtless person, but why is Ju-young behaving like that? This is not the time for that. Rumor says they actually have a casualty. A dead person was discovered, delaying rescue operations? Rumor has it that since a casualty was discovered, the rescue operation could be delayed. This rumor is spreading on Fader with no exact source. Who is sharing these things? You would imagine it would be Hyesung, right? He wanted to post it on Fader that we found a dead body. He hasn't been on the news. Couldn't call or contact the broadcasting station admin, so told him to check Fader. We are heading there and blah blah blah. What on earth is happening? I'm so sorry, it's my fault. It's not because of the other. I had it coming when I stay on B-Stars. What? No, it's not your fault. Ju-young Kim, the drummer of Masquerade. He had no reason to blame himself. If I left our band when Urwusa came up with the record deal on the condition of my leaving the band, we wouldn't have gone through all this B-Star trouble. I can't believe I ended up in this mess because I couldn't let go. Anyhow, our band is about to fall apart and you might continue to be a rock musician, even changing the music genre. I wonder why you didn't abandon us back then. But it was just the beginning, not the end. Through Wusak, the vocalist of the band, the talk about making a record deal with a major agency began to yield progress. But Do-young discovered just before signing the contract that it required replacing some of the band members and changing their genre. Do-young strongly opposed it, and there are some conflict within the band about it. He decided to check for new mentions later. This has to do with something about him leaving, right? I can't believe what I saw here. So this must be someone outside. A policeman asked me questions and wrote something on his notebook, but I don't remember how I answered. I heard a loud noise. Something fell backstage. I didn't know what it was, but it was shaped like a pillar. And then people started to scream and rush toward the emergency exit. There were only 2 emergency exits at both sides of the audience section. I thought I could be trampled to death there. I managed to reach the first floor with the ground shaking and dust and debris and fallen. It was a miracle that I could get out of there. I looked behind me and the whole building disappeared. Just a bit later, and I want to go home, but I don't know how. I can't believe there are people still trapped. People are crying and calling out everywhere. What should I do? Gi-hook remains calm, unlike the 2 who are making a fuss. Hyesung shared, if he had a bad personality, it must have been bullied by friends, right? To put it in good terms, he was quite honest. In bad terms, couldn't emphasize with others. He got into trouble several times because of his personality, but he was not a bad fella for sure. Is he talking about himself? Or me? Hyusung and I went to the same middle school. He didn't have a filter in his brain, but he was not a villain type at all. Okay. One of Hyusung's middle school friends said that he used to be mischievous, but that he was never ill-intentioned. The rescue team is clearing debris to enter the fallen building, but a small mistake might collapse the structure completely. The construction rumor, but it isn't true that the building wasn't originally built for a stage. When they announced the location, I searched for it and found a laboratory, so I thought something was wrong. Besides, I had profile info wrong before, so I thought they were wrong about this time. It's really embarrassing that it is the real place and the new venue was under construction. So before this was suit for a stage, it was a laboratory. That better be wrong. It's so shocking, the building collapsed like a squash cake, the temporary stage in between, blah blah blah. Yeah. We get it. Joo-young looks perfectly healthy on stage. Is she really suffering from a panic attack? I don't think so. Oh my god. B-Star's official, checking for an update on Joo-young. Don't worry, she seems fine, cheer up. Okay. Alright, we've seen everything. Okay. So can I call people? I'm gonna save it for last. What's up, Gehuk?
おそらくそうだろうな。
She might still be alive if not for that one. The wound on her head. The two let out a sigh while staring at the floor.
そうだったけど
I thought she would still be alive until I saw her like that. But it was stupid of me to think that without any reason.
どうも
Because she was always in control of all situations.
そうだな。
I guess so, but it was different this time around. Nobody could have taken control of this situation.
それは
We were all swept away. Who could have imagined that an incident like this would happen?
もしかして
What if she was still alive? What if she took control and led us until the rescue team arrives?
さあ
I'm not sure about that. Seiyun was used to controlling others. But if she ran into a situation that cannot be controlled, she would have broken down. I can't even imagine her like that. We would still be in a chaotic situation, just in a different way. I'm trying to understand the things, like the faces that is making. What do they mean? He seems interested about this one. Data delivered.
もしかして
Is there anything useful? There were several cameras shooting the stage,
そうだな。
but I'm not sure if you can recover any footage from it since they're all damaged. Most of the security cameras are broken too. The two looked around the stage. All of the security cameras were either broken or missing from the collapse. There weren't any security cameras shooting the stage in the first place.
そうだったら
Most of them were installed near the seats in the hallways.
そうだ
And there weren't any cameras in the backstage either.
そうだった
Considering the size of this building, it always felt like there weren't enough security cameras.
だろ
Plus, most of the cameras were turned off. Why? They had to reroute the wires while changing the structure. Nah, it's getting too sus. It's getting too sus. You're right, then all of the footage are probably terrible. We can think about that once we get out of here. Just how crowded is it out there?
やっぱり
There's probably a huge crowd of reporters and bystanders. What are they trying to see? The collapse site? People getting hauled away? Maybe both. Gyuhook looked up at the ceiling. There was only darkness above.
Yo.
What are you worried about the most? The crowded accident site could lead to rescue delay. The site must be cordoned off immediately. Unconfirmed rumors might spread. Provocative media coverage. I'm more scared of the rescue delay, but that provocative media coverage, that might happen if you people, and I'm not naming anyone, keep posting without having second thoughts. I'm gonna say rescue delay though. I'm worried that the rescue efforts might get delayed. They need to take control of the site and dismiss anyone who's not involved. Alright, he liked that. I agree. That's what matters the most for us. Another thing that worries me is the unstable network. It's probably because there are too many people out there. The reporters and bystanders, the volume of calls must be massive. And they're probably using up all the data traffic as well. Yes, I do have a point, Gyuhook. The collapse is probably one of the causes, but it's especially bad in here. At this rate, we won't be able to make any necessary calls. Gyuhook quickly looked at his wife. I'm yawning. Oh my goodness. Hydrate. Thank you. I need that. I'm curious. Do you guys have a beverage while watching the stream? If yes, I'd like to know what it is. Again, I just have my sparkling water right here, getting me through. So Gyuhook quickly looked at his watch. I hope they clean up the area quickly. Cell phone network traffic has increased dramatically during the chaos. It has led to them receiving unstable network connections. Anything else you want to talk about? This. Bossy. It's no surprise. She was enthusiastic about her work, but demanding as well. But since she produced good ratings, the executives left her alone. And her staff took care of all the dirty work. There's no denying that she was successful up to this point. No, you're fine. Well, Elder, you wrote water. You are drinking water. You're drinking water. We're saying she was demanding, but perhaps it was one of her leadership qualities. But the key here is that we're suffering from the consequences of her actions. We're only in this mess because she ignored all procedures and precautions. And this disaster ended up hurting her as well. I mean, obviously. She crossed the line. I wonder what the executives will say this time. They'd probably try to conceal as much as possible and then blame everything on Sengyun. It's sad that I can't argue with that statement. Okay, we'll come back to you. Osil hates me. Okay, you want to talk about her legs? That's horrible. Her legs got stuck, so she couldn't even escape. I heard about the ends of her pants. She must have struggled to free herself. The debris fell on the steel frame that trapped her legs. She couldn't have moved. Still looked toward the audience area, preventing you from moving. That was Sengyan's way.
あの
What do you mean?
いわば
That's what she used to do. She pinned you down and had her way with you. Eh? But in the end, she was the one who got pinned down.
あれ
Forget about what I said. Sil, what the fuck did you do to her? I shouldn't think like that during these times like this. My bad. What? What? Crowded sight. Any unnecessary bystander should be dispersed. I agree. What are the police and the rescue team doing?
こんなはずじゃ
I mean, it's not illegal to watch, but they should at least try to stop them.
そうってこと
Maybe they're just too busy.
違います
Everyone's busy in here and out there.
でも
But they are the police. They are the rescue team. It's their job to control the crowd and scene.
それは
That's true. Let's just hope they'll clean up soon. Sil raised his head to look up at the ceiling. If the rescue gets delayed while they try to sort things out. Sil looked at Do-yoon again.
まさか
Nah, they probably know what they're doing, right? When it comes to prioritizing our rescue versus cleaning up the site, it's obvious that our rescue needs to come first. I hope they feel the same way out there. Me too. Casualty rumors. I think I know where the rumor came from.
あのさ
Do you think it was one of the B-Star staffs?
はい
Yes, I'm certain. They are the only people that know about the situation down here. How did it spread on Fader? In my opinion? Seal adjusted his glasses.
いわば
They must have responded to the accident, and word started spreading. And before you know it, some of the info got leaked.
ということは
But it's too soon to make an official statement. So it began to spread on Fader as a rumor.
やっぱり
That sounds about right. Okay.
それは
It's not like you need a big imagination to think of this. This audition actually has a similar flow to it.
不確かです
We don't know if he's really a school friend.
そうかな
That's what the post says.
それは
Anyone can claim anything on Fader, whether true or not. He could be a school friend if you look at it in a positive way, but at the end of the day, they're all the same, right?
え
What does that even mean?
つまり
He's a punk since he's a friend of a punk.
そうか
Then why would you cover for him? Even writing a comment to support him?
いわば
He acted like Hyesung's blood brother when Hyesung became popular. He's just denying it because he's been in a downturn ever since the scandal. I'm not one of them. No, it's just self-defense. Oh, he does not like me. He does not like me. What's up, Jaeyoung? I was wondering why things were moving so fast.
結局
So there was an exchange of money after all.
そうかも
They had their reasons to overlook some of the controversial issues.
そうかな
That means they took the bribe without anyone realizing it. Do you think that's possible?
合ってます
Seeing how someone testified, it wasn't a complete secret.
一旦
It's not like the minor staffs got anything out of this.
多分
The money probably went to the higher ups in the company. How high?
なぜかしら
How high to get permissions to carry out this ugly construction without any objections?
それは
We'll find out once they investigate everything. Yeah, even I'm getting curious. Data delivered.
どうして？
We even inspected her body because they asked us to.
違う。
It seems insensitive for them to ask us for more.
多分
I'm just saying it's a possibility that, yeah, we may need to give them more info, photos, and everything if we have them. They haven't asked us for more at this point. Yeah, they probably don't even know that they are talking about what they are talking about, right? To be honest, I'm not really sure.
そうかしら。
They are asking us to prepare and submit things. I don't think they are aware of our situation. Just holding ourselves together is a challenge for us. Jiyoung glanced at the audience area with a worried look on her face. I'm sure everyone feels the same. If they make an excessive demand again, maybe we should refuse it. I'm still trying to figure out the faces. Like, I don't think she wants to talk about this. See that?
そういえば、
You said there was a wound on her hand.
合ってます
It was on the back of her hand. I almost missed it at first. I see. What about her palm?
それは
Nothing serious there.
そうかな。
Did she get hurt while trying to protect herself from the debris? Jing sighed after a brief pause.
もしも、
If we had found her earlier.
まさか
If doesn't mean anything at this point. Yeah, Juyung, because I don't know, I'm getting the distinct feeling you might have something to do with this. We've been through so much.
わかってる。
I know.
そうだけど、
But I know you were thinking the same thing. You'll probably consider other scenarios where she didn't have to leave us like this. Well, I'm gonna talk about it. The debris.
どうして？
I can't believe it. How could a debris fall in? Jung trembled while pulling at the tip of her long hair. I can't believe it either. I never imagined she would leave us like this. It was all too sudden.
はい
I really feel like I'm having a nightmare.
そうよ。
Yeah, I hope we're having a nightmare. And when I wake up, I'll get up from my bed and have a cold drink of water. Hoping that it will shake away all of the horrible memories. Ji-young. Is there a way to forget all this? I'm completely lost. You need to pull yourself together. You too. Stay strong. Well, I have to get 10 things. That stupid debris. Yeah, fuck him. Damn it. Keeps coming back to me. Hissing dropped his pale face.
そうだった
There was blood on it.
わかる
I know. Don't chew over it. I want to forget it as soon as possible.
わかった
Me too. But I just can't get it out of my head. Can't get it out of your head. Hissing bit his lips and just stood there. Hissing's eyes briefly wandered before regaining focus as he raised his head again. I guess it's similar for everyone, right? Including you and me? It's not easy to think about other things under these circumstances. I'm trying to understand the faces. I don't understand. So, troublemaker. Good grief.
そうだった。
He claims to be your middle school buddy.
わかる。
Yes, I'm sure.
え
Even when the post was the only thing you could see?
だからな。
The montage matches. He didn't kick the floor. He caused some trouble. But he wasn't ill-intentioned. I was quite popular until I was in middle school. I see.
違う。
Are you having odd thoughts again because of the part where I used to be a troublemaker?
違う。
I wasn't thinking about anything.
わかった。
Well, okay. You know, there's always that mischievous kid in every classroom.
そうだ。
It was the same for me. He was a troublemaker in middle school, but he had many friends because he didn't mean to harm anyone. He was just a joker that you see in every class. So he didn't actually, like, harm anyone. He was just dumb. Until I went to high school. What happened in high school?
やれやれ。
What are the police doing? Are they just going to let the crowd gather?
違う。
No way. They wouldn't let such thing happen.
Huh?
They shouldn't, but they are, aren't they?
違うけど。
I'm sure they're busy right now, but this is bullshit. Kissing locked eyes with Duyun while complaining.
何
What? I don't deserve to criticize the crowd because I'm posting on Fader? I didn't say anything. Huh? Exactly, I didn't say anything.
まったく。
I could tell what you were thinking from that look in your eyes.
あの、
This is just how my eyes look? Yeah, you're fine, buddy. I guess that's true. Okay, the producer's body. Her body was relatively unscathed at least. If the debris had fallen just slightly away from her, she wouldn't have ended up like this. Yeah, it's such a pity. This is so cruel. Soyeon poured her heart into this show. Hyesung gulped, overwhelmed with sadness. It's not fair.
あの、
Hyesung.
わかる。
I know. It'll just agitate me to continue thinking about this. But if you think about it, we're in the same situation as her. Buried. I still thought that Soyeon would be
あ
alive.
のさ、
I had no justification for it, but I just wanted to believe in her. You and me both. Why was I so sure that she'd be alive? Because she was always there. Because we thought she would lead us towards the image that she had created for us. Yeah.
へえ。
Look how they're just making shit up. Why don't they just say that we all died?
それは、
It's probably just speculation coming from Sung-young who's being missing from the survivors list.
それで、
Maybe, or maybe not. I heard there are bystanders and reporters everywhere at the site. Did we tell the rescue team about Sung-young earlier?
だからな
A。reporter might have sniffed something out from that call. But that Fader post seemed like a wild speculation.
わかった。
That's what all Fader posts look like. They're trying to make the best out of one small piece of bait. To take the bait or not, it is up to the reader. Maybe they're getting information from somewhere. Trust me on this one. Whatever you say. Her head. That wound on her head must have been what killed her. It was on the top of her head. Right, do you know what that means? What? The meaning of her injury being on top of her head. Hissing nodded as if he was waiting for Do-Yoon's response. Her head was down. Judging from the location of the wound, her head was down. If to hit the top of the head would be down. That means her head was facing the floor. Wait, she didn't like that. That's different from what I think. I mean, I know we said different, but to hit... Think with me, guys. Think with me. To hit the top of the head... Like the tippity top of the head. Are they meaning like almost near the... How do you call it? A taste. The forehead. Is the forehead the top of the head? Yes, I do remember when we were examining the body. It said that she was looking up. But what do they entail by top of the head? Because what I think is like the top of the cranium. Like right in the middle of, like, imagine your head and there's hair on it, right? Like where my headphones are currently located. To me, that's the top of the head. So to hit exactly the middle of the head where I'm thinking, like the middle of the whole cranium, it would have to be looking down. You see where, at least what I thought, right? What do you think? Think about it, Do-Yoon. If her head was facing the floor, the wound would have occurred on the side or back of her head. She had a wound on the top of her head, which means she was holding her head up. Isn't it pretty obvious? Hyosung glared at Do-Yoon with a pale face. He was intentionally avoiding the thought. The fact that she got hit on the top of her head while holding her head up. That means Se-Young was conscious until the last moment. I understand that you want to avoid the thoughts. I don't want to think about it either. I want to shake off this kind of thoughts. Okay, she had a fatal injury on the top of her head. She was hit by debris while her chin was raised. She must have been conscious until the last minute. That's only clue number 2. Shit. I don't remember the face he was making on that one. Whatever. Her legs were stuck. Correct. She couldn't even move. Yeah. This might sound weird, but I hope she died instantly from the debris, so that she wouldn't have to suffer. Hyosung. I mean, we have to keep it real, right? We had to keep it 100. Her pants were torn. She tried to feed herself for some time. But at the same time, I understand that he doesn't want to think about it at all. I do. No, she was conscious.
Yeah.
The ends of her pants were damaged. I think it's a sign that she struggled to escape from some time. Dude, I know. I have eyes, you know. I'm just hoping she didn't struggle for long. Yeah, let's hope she didn't. Okay, okay. We kept it 100. We kept it real. My head was spinning until just now. But when I saw Young, my head just went blank for a moment. That's natural. Immovable, she couldn't free her legs from the steel frame on her own. The tear marks on her pants indicate that she was awake immediately after becoming trapped. Let's go to Inha for a moment. Alright, I'm gonna do the ones that she has a hand up. He wasn't ill-intended? I think he was pretty hostile to me. Because you said it's from middle school. That has great implications for us. What does that even mean? Most kids are nice when they are young, but eventually... Oh!
May a cop just join the hideout.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the sub. I will take a sip of water. Thank you so much for the sub. Hello from Portugal. How are you doing? I'm just getting a couple of dialogues with the characters, see what's happening, and their opinions about the whole situation. It's getting pretty thick. The plot is thickening. There are so many dialogues though. It's taking a while. But you know, I'm having a good time. I'm having a sparkly water. So I hope you're having a good time too. Ina turned her head and pouted. Do we really know the truth behind the so-called minor accidents? Minor accidents, free lunch. Could have said it either way. You were being sarcastic to begin with? Of course, once I fall into a panic due to his trick, he'll stab me right in the back. Oh. Hitting with a few jabs the so-called minor accidents. Now that we've come this far, it might not be the case. Okay, so the producer's body. When I first saw her, I thought she was just unconscious. It didn't even seem like she suffered from any serious injuries. Same here until I got close to her. I knew I was horribly wrong after seeing her hands, legs, and head. There were only a few pieces of small debris on her body. The largest pieces were actually underneath her. Oh, what do you mean? The top of her body was clean, but there were debris under her? So the reason why the debris were underneath her body was because it's a sign of her struggle after falling down. The debris that was on top of her must have fallen off. Or the debris was there before she fell down. She must have fallen on top of the debris. That's my take. She must have fallen on top of the debris. That's why all the debris are underneath her. Ina tilted her pale face. I can understand that, but why is it clean on top of her body? That's because, if you think about it, the debris that fell around her body must be a sign that she had been struggling, right? Most of the debris were under her already, and the ones on top must have fallen off. I think you're right. So I said it wrong. I don't know. It's not a matter of right or wrong. We're not solving a quiz here. It's more scary now that I've figured out the reason. If I were in the same situation, don't think too deeply. The collapse is over. We just need to be careful. Is that what you want to believe? I want to, and I have to. So beneath her was a pile of concrete debris, but the back of her body was relatively clean, which means she struggled to free herself. Okay, the data delivered. The people outside will only get to hear about what happened in here through testimonies. What about the cameras? I know they're sloppy, but
見る必要ない
I don't think the security cameras were properly working even before the collapse. Remember when I got that letter from the stalker? I asked the staff to check the security cameras for any footage, just in case.
そうか。
You did? And what'd they say?
それは
They told me that the cameras were all fake. Fake?
そうだから
Those cameras didn't even work. This entire place was half-assed when they built it.
私が思うに
All of the power cables were rerouted elsewhere, and the rest of the stuff were just put off for show. Okay, rerouted elsewhere. Where? Is someone else watching what's going on in here? Where have they been rerouted? Pretty serious, huh? No wonder the stage collapsed. Her hand.
それは
You said there was a wound on her hand.
わかった。
Yeah, it was on the back of her hand. Why the back of her hand?
Eh?
What do you mean, why? I did some thinking after hearing about that. About why she got hurt on the back instead of the palm of her hand. She tried to protect her head, or her hand must have been lying randomly. She was unconscious. I mean, maybe. Hydrate, thank you. Right. I don't know. I'm gonna say that. She covered her head with her hand.
それは
Was she trying to protect her head? She must have covered her head with both hands. That explains the wound on the back of her hand.
そうだった。
There was no blood or wound on the palm of her hand. It was clean.
そうね
Right. That's exactly what I thought. You said the ends of her pants were under the steel frame. Oh my god. Under the steel frame were damaged.
だとしたら
I think she was trying to get out.
違った。
The wound on the back of her hand, it wasn't a scrape or a cut. It looked as if she got hit by something.
だとすると
Meaning, she was conscious until she got hit on the head. So how was she looking up? How was she covering her head while looking up? And the concrete fell on the top of her head. So I'm just trying to play it out in my head, and it's getting confusing. How is it making sense? I'm just speculating here. That's just terrifying. Hand wounds. Although it wasn't critical, she had a large wound on the back of her hands as well. Oh, singular hand. However, her palm was clean. It seems like she was wounded while covering her head. Right, we have half of the clues. We're getting there. I'm gonna do the one she seems angry about. So it was about money after all. The collusion. Someone made some pocket money by allowing this shoddy construction. I knew things were moving fast, but I didn't think there would be cracks.
ありえるね
Rapid works always leads to cracks. And some people try to make profits off it.
そうってこと。
If that fader post is true, someone has to take responsibility for this mess.
それは
What if that someone is already gone? Are you talking about Sangyun?
そうでしょ
Don't you think they'll try to put the blame on someone who can't refute? That's a calm analysis. It is true though.
当然でしょ
I can be calm when I have to. But it's kind of funny that I'm the only one saying this.
Eh?
What's so funny about you saying that? Well, you know, I'm kind of known for being chill. She's chill like that, guys. The crowd and the reporters. At some point, I began to think it's natural for them to follow us around. But I didn't know they would gather in a situation like this.
難しいな。
I can even say that this was unexpected.
そうだけど
Sometimes I felt like they were praying for something to happen,
やっぱり
although they couldn't have expected this kind of accident to occur.
とりあえず
Even when there's a fire, a crowd gathers. People gather, get a kick out of the situation, and start to blabber nonsense.
そうでしょ。
That's human nature, right? Now that she's talking about it, I just remember about a situation. Like a couple of years back, maybe 4 years back, there were a lot of small fires where I live. And around it too. And I remember a fire not too far from where I live started growing. And people started to gather, and there were I distinctly remember there were 2 people sitting on top of a car just looking at the fire and talking. Like they were just chatting while on top of the car looking at the fire. And that to me, that seems so like dystopian, so out of human, I guess. I looked at the fire while my dad drove by, and I was scared. I knew probably the fire would be contained and there wouldn't be much to go from there. But people really just, oh my god, there's a fire, come watch. People do that. So it just unlocked a memory. Inhabit her lower lip.
とにかく
The problem here is that the crowd could affect the rescue operation. I just hope they are able to control the site.
違う。
There must be a police officer out there, right? They need to kick out anyone who's not involved. It's pretty serious if we can't even contact the outside properly. That's true. That is very true. The eyebrows changed. Well, I'm gonna talk about the body. The one on her head was biggest wound, right?
そうだ
Yeah, it was the most serious. Right on top of her head. Ina frowned. Good grief.
そうなの
Are you saying that was a fatal injury?
そうだ
Positive. That was the fatal injury. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked.
大丈夫
It's fine. Do I look that bad? Your face turned pale.
わかった
I see.
だとしたら
I wonder how long it took until she got hit on the head after getting trapped under those frames. I hope it wasn't too long. Let's go back a little bit. Her legs.
そうじゃなかっ
The sill frames were too heavy to move.
俺は
I thought the 3 of us would have been enough.
やっぱり
The frames might have been supporting something else. If that was the case, trying to remove it could have led to
たあ
a further collapse. But it feels awful just to leave her like that. Perhaps we can free her if all of us try together.
よ
We have no choice.
無理だ
We're also stuck in here, and the rescue team told us to leave the sites alone. I know. Duyun sighed while staring at the other side of the stage.
無理するな
Trying to remove something from the wreckage can be very dangerous. The rest of us are barely holding it together. Let's just focus on the fact that we're safe for now. And do the one where he's looking at me.
なんという
They're right about the casualty, but it's got nothing to do with the rescue being delayed.
違うはずだ
I don't think they have a very credible source. They probably second guessed it from scraping all of the rumors.
どう
It's only adding confusion to the situation.
一体
What's exactly going on out there? I get that it's hard to manage the fader posts. Although it would be nice if they could.
僕も
I don't think they can do that either. The two quietly looked at each other.
うん
I hope people aren't swayed.
え
Are you talking about the people outside or us? I meant both, of course. What about the one when he's not looking at me? Body.
それが
She barely had any wounds on her body.
そうだった
Most of her wounds were focused around her hands, head, and legs. That's why I thought she was just unconscious when I first saw her.
そうじゃなかったよ
But when I looked closely, that wasn't the case. Duyun dropped his head. It was unfortunate for her. If the debris missed, she would have...
よ
Duyun, think about it. If her entire body was buried, we wouldn't have found her. That's true. Yuk hesitated, pondering on what to say. Don't think too much about it. It already happened. The debris.
それは
The debris by the head, it was a chunk of concrete.
それは
It probably fell from the ceiling.
そうだっ
It was covered in blood.
わかった
Yeah,
たどう
looks like the direct cause of her death was... the debris that fell on her head. We been knew that. It must have been the fatal blow.
俺の考えでは
Being hit on the head by the debris. Must have been the fatal blow.
あ
Yes, there's no doubt about it. Although her legs were crushed under the steel frames.
でも
That alone wouldn't have been enough to kill her, though. Yuk fell silent. His face was pale. His eyes were on the other side of the area where Sehyung was found.
大丈夫
You okay?
大丈夫だ
I just felt nauseous for a second. I'm fine. Yuk turned back to Duyun again. I guess everyone agrees that the cause of death was being struck by the piece of debris. Okay. The debris that stuck her head in the... that stuck her in the head seems to have been the cause of death. Her other injuries are relatively minor. Okay.
あの
It's so huge. Where did it come from?
多分
Probably from the ceiling.
そう
I'm
だ
guessing it fell when the audience area collapsed. That's the only debris here. Not really anything else. That was the only piece. Seal averted his quivering eyes from the chunk of concrete.
それが
Sehyung had many enemies. She once told me a joke saying she was afraid of getting stabbed in the back someday. Seal, do you think this building will collapse even further? Are we all gonna end up like Sehyun? We'll get out of here alive, okay? The building's holding for now if we're careful.
違う
We'll get out of here alive. We rode out the crisis as long as we're careful. Oh, we didn't like that. He hates me. He hates me so much. You sound very confident. We still have a long time until the rescue team arrives. We can't even call them right now.
あのさ
So we came back to the stage. Sungyeon was in the audience area below the stage.
でも
We have lights here and the ceiling is still holding. Still hesitated and let out a sigh.
そうですね
You're right. What good would it be if we burrow ourselves into the ground? It would be unlikely for us to get hit by falling debris, like Sunghyun did. Although we can't certain about that if this place collapses further. The only thing that could have caused the fatal injury is a blood-stained piece of concrete. It must have fallen from the ceiling. Okay, collusion. I guess some people will get arrested for taking bribes. You knew about this? It's illegal to change the building structure without reporting it. Even if it was Sung-Yoon's order, things might have turned out differently if everyone had opposed it. But the executives that had meetings with the construction companies gave their consent. They must have made a deal with the construction companies. Right, because they were getting something out of this deal. There was corruption involved regarding the changes to the building. Couldn't you have objected more forcefully? Was the accepted decision absolutely final? You should have stopped them from starting the construction. You should have reported it. Oh my god. Like, I'm sure he couldn't do much. Should have reported it. But he would have gotten fired. He would have gotten fired either way. But why didn't he get fired? Because he didn't say anything? I want to say this. You couldn't keep your opposition to do it. You couldn't keep up your opposition to it. Was the executive's decision absolutely final? Well, I know he wouldn't like that. You've seen it all along. If Sung-Young and the executives made a decision, it had to be carried out no matter what. I did notice that. I've experienced it ever since I joined the show. There's nothing else to say about it. We're just staff members. We had no choice but to obey orders. We were the ones who had to make things happen once a decision was made. Sale let out a sigh while staring off somewhere in the distance. The number of seats, lights, and walls were changed to suit her taste. I can't even remember the details. I hope the rescue team doesn't get confused when they arrive. I'm sure someone told them about the differences. If not, the construction company might have to take the blame. I just hope the rescue team is able to find their way in here. Illicit construction. The staff quite often added audience seats, lights, and walls arbitrarily. In the end, the final structure was quite different from the original design. Okay, we need 2 more clues. Crowded site? Perhaps someone's misfortune draws in more people than someone's happiness. It's more amusing to watch others' misfortune. Some people who used to cheer for me during the preliminaries turned their back on me when I made it to the finals. Who knows what people think? They can change their minds in an instant. If you rely on others too much, both can collapse at some point. Jung put on a bland smile. Just how crowded is it out there? I thought they could sort things out since they have the police and rescue team out there. What did they say during the call? They just said it was crowded. Are you curious? Yeah, they're the ones who passionately came over to laugh at our misfortune. Don't think too much of it. Standing before the crowd means that you are willing to endure that kind of hardship. Her body. Considering how she was in the middle of the collapse, her body was clean. And there weren't any large debris around. I took a closer look at their area. The debris were actually under her and around the body.
そうなんだ。
I see. So there were pieces of debris after all. The two fell silent for a moment.
多分
We wouldn't have found her if she was completely buried.
はい。
We already reported about her. The rescue team will take good care of her. Julian quietly nodded. If she wasn't reported as missing, her family would have been sadder. That's true, I guess. Because you never know. Her legs.
そう
I heard that the ends of her pants were torn.
それは
That's where her legs got stuck under the steel frame.
そうかしら。
Do you think she was awake even after the steel frame came down? Julian covered her pale face with the palms of her hands.
大丈夫ですか？
You okay, Julian? Nobody knows when Seon died. We can only guess.
やっぱり
She must have been lonely. I wish she wasn't alone when she died.
うん。
りょうくん
Julian, what's with the look on your face?
な、
Oh, it's just...
あの、
I thought you were on bad terms with her. You should know by now.
違う。
Just because I didn't like her doesn't mean that I wanted her to end up like this. We had some rough exchanges, only because we knew we'd continue to see each other. Her head. What do you think about it? I only saw her legs at first. It was obviously pinned under the steel frames. But the head wound, I didn't see it because of her hair.
やっぱり。
Probably because her hair was a mess. I only saw that she had a head injury when I got close.
そういえば
She was laying face down.
なぜかしら。
What do you think she messed up her hair so badly? She struggled. She jerked her head around, hitting her head during the process. I mean, both would get your hair messy. But, yeah, probably hitting the head and just falling on the ground would be the one to cause it to be messier. Yeah.
それ
She probably hit her head on the ground when she fell. Jung fell silent with a grim expression on her face.
考えてみてよ。
But her hair was all over the place, not just in one direction. It was as if she frantically shook her head. Yes, I'm sure she was struggling until she's got hit on the head. I'm not doing well today, guys. I feel like I'm getting everything mixed up. Maybe you're right,
わかるでしょ。
but you don't need to picture it in your head. I'm afraid you might.
いえ、
Don't worry about me.
わかってる。
I'll be careful. It's just that I think I can sympathize with her when she struggled. It could happen to any of us.
りょうくん、
Please be careful.
はい。
You too. Let's get out of here safely. Okay. Hair. She was lying a bit slanted on the ground with her face down. Her tangled hair was covering her face. Okay, one more. We got this. Casualty rumor.
そうかな。
They're probably second guessing after hearing about the missing person. But we're the only ones who are aware of what's happening in here.
あの、
We did kind of tell the people outside,
違うわ。
but it couldn't have leaked this fast.
それは、
I also think what they say on Fader is simply guesswork.
もしも
If the police or rescue team releases a statement at this point, the first person who brought it up will be treated as a prophet.
そうかも。
Either that, or they get their account deleted after getting flamed to oblivion. The opinions will vary after they make an official statement. Jung nodded after a brief pause.
そうよ。
You're probably right. The same exact words can either be praised or forsaken by the crowd. Anyway, I just don't like the fact that people are gossiping outside the official channel. Collusion. I can't believe her staff members were taking bribes.
やっぱり
In this business, people tend to walk the line between legal and illegal when schedules are tight. That's where the executives profited off of. Oh my god.
あ、そうか。
Are you saying it's the executives' fault? What was it? Creative? That's unpredictable too, right? That changes like several times a day. They need to devise some expedient methods in order to push it. It's not like they were encouraging corruption, you know? The person who messed up is at fault.
それは
Those expedient methods led to the current situation. And in the end, she... Are you saying it's karma? Oh my god. How can you say that about someone who literally got her head smashed? Yasin took a step forward.
いや
I'm not saying she deserved it. If the fader post is true, all of the staff that were involved should get punished too. But we're in a difficult situation now, and waiting for the rescue team to arrive is our priority.
わかる。
You don't want me to feel the trolls? I already know that. Anyway, I got lots of things to say when I get out. You wait and see. Oh my god. Seung also had a wound on her hand.
もしかして
Do you think she tried to block it?
あ
What else? Just thinking about it makes my heart ache. Houston clenched his shirt near his chest. It must have been so painful.
大丈夫
Are you okay, Hisung?
ち
No, do I look okay to you? Frankly, I don't know why I said I'd help you with the inspection. I shouldn't have looked. Bossy, what do you think about that?
ち
How can someone backstab her during a time like this? They all kept their mouths shut before.
わかった
It certainly doesn't seem right to bring up this right now. But it was only a matter of time before this blew up.
わかるだろ
Anyone who had worked with her knew about it.
わかった。
Yeah, they all had it easy back then. Bossy or not, they only stayed quiet because she was doing well.
それで、
Nothing has changed. I bet they thought they can get something out of this by bringing up this issue. Or they're planning on putting the blame on her if someone has to take responsibility for this mess. Hyun crossed his arms and huffed.
それは
Nobody knows about Seongyung yet. If people find out about it, that person could face strong headwinds. If that's the case, I hope they face a storm. And get completely blown away. Oh my god, I'm getting... I only need one more clue. I don't think there's a proper footage. All of the security cameras were placed randomly too.
でも
But there were cameras shooting the main stage. I'm guessing they still have footages until the building collapse. What about after the collapse? I bet they're just pointing at the floor. Hyesung stared at the other side of the collapse site. They all look broken anyway. Should we secure some evidence here? Or the rescue team will take care of that? No, let's take pictures of the current scene.
それなら
Shouldn't we preserve something? Like some photos of the collapse site?
ち
The rescue team will come and see for themselves. Why would you want to take photos of this godforsaken place?
もし
They might need some evidence for the investigation.
あ
I didn't know you were the type to plan out your future. Well, not a lot.
考えてみろ。
Just look at us.
違う。
What are we, investigators? We're just accident survivors. Hyesung shook his watch.
それで、
If you're suggesting I take photos with this, I refuse.
ち
And it would suck to get my watch confiscated for evidence. Okay, I think pictures would be a good idea, but who am I? But if they ask us for it... Well, in that case, I would have to give it up. But hopefully, it'll be okay to delete my personal photos first.
大丈夫
Are you okay with deleting them? I can just look at the backup photos from the cloud. I'll still have access even if I delete them from the watch. I really can't relate with someone who's not using the newest model. Okay. Yusing's watch can be used to transmit files online from the lab site. Since photos are backed up into the cloud, it is okay to delete personal data from the watch. Okay, we got everything. Can I call someone though? Oh, those are the profiles. Phone. I'm gonna call her. Won't be able to answer my phone anymore? Ah, fuck. Still doesn't have a watch? Why not? Oh, I'm calling this guy. What's up?
りょう、どうして電話を
Why not?
ちゃんとつながるか。
Exactly, testing to see if my phone is working.
そうだな。
Oh yeah, I need to do that.
バッテリーは十分あるか
なあ、フル充電してステージに上がったんだ。ケイスケさん、調子はどう？
喉の奥が詰まって
Yeah, understand.
そういう君は
実は今起きたことが信じられない。
こういう時こそしっかりしないと
You need to stay strong.
救助されるまで持ちこたえるんだ。
わかってる。しっかりしなきゃ。
君のおかげで僕は助かったんだ。
I love you.
僕も君が無事ここを出られるようにするから。
ありがとう、ケイスケさん。一緒に出ていこう。
ああ、もちろんだよ。
Machirum. Alright. Let's finish this. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Should I leave now and move on? Yes. Well, fuck Sil Chang. Am I right? Autosave checkpoint. Okay, I'm just gonna see where this takes us, and I'm probably gonna end it here. I'm not... My eyes are not shutting off on their own, so this is a good sign. Let's just see where this takes us. Ju-young fiddled with her watch. Oh my god, what do you want, Seal?
チーフ、本当にあのままにしておいていいんでしょうか？
No, we don't. We talked about this. We don't.
私もこんなこと言っていいのかわからないんだけど、調査を頼まれただけで。
Exactly, exactly.
そうですね。警察の取り調べで何か言われるかもしれないですし。
Oh yeah, we're gonna be interrogated eventually. Ina's eyes widened.
警察？取り調べ？なんで？事故なんでしょ？
I mean, they'll need statements.
とにかく基本的なことは調べるはずです。
A dead silence fell over them.
なんだ？警察が来たらまずいことでも？
Oh no.
あんまりびっくりするから。俺まで驚くところだったぜ。
頭がこんがらがってるのに、あんた一体何よ？
Oh no. What have you done?
塚本優馬だけど。どうした？俺のせいで。
Bro, shut up.
自分も怖くて震えてたくせに何強気なんだ。
Woof.
直人の目、今にも飛び出してきそうだな。
電話がつながったわ。静かにして。
Okay, shut the fuck up, everyone.
最下位は何も喋るなって。それとも順位別に一言ずつ喋っていけるの？
It's not because you're in last place, so we're literally trying to get help. Can you not focus on the votes for 1 second, you motherfucker? If we're calling you, I need you to shut up.
ユーマ、
わかったよ。静かにする。
Ji-young continued her phone conversation.
そうじゃないんです。私が確かめたわけではないので。
She seemed to have difficulty while trying to explain the situation.
実際に確かめた人が伝えた方がいいかもしれないわ。
Okay, so give it to one of the boys.
俺が代わります。
Alright, I'll do it. Why am I doing this?
そうね、頼むわ。
Jung held her wrist up for Duyun. Duyun explained what he saw and heard through the phone.
終わりました。
Alright. I'm glad I didn't have to pick anything. Jung lowered her wrist and shook it lightly.
結構長かったな。
Yeah, are you worried now, huh?
疲れたんじゃ。
Do you care?
そこまでではないわ。
他に言いたいことがあったのか？
ついでに世間話なんてしてたはずもないし。
No, not really. Of course it wasn't a little chat.
ちょっとおかしいところがあったんで。
I just thought something was off. Alright.
おかしいってどこが？
Hit me with it.
どういう意味かわからないんですけど。
プロデューサーは頭にコンクリートの瓦礫が当たっていた。
Right.
瓦礫はすぐに
Okay.
ある程度の大きさだったし、血痕がついて
That's true.
一つしかなかった。間違いなく致命傷だったと思う。
Okay, we've gotten that far.
確かに周りにあったのは
Mm-hmm.
小さい瓦礫ばかりだった。
そんなのみんな知ってることだろ。
Okay.
待て。本題は
I didn't get my point yet. Shut the fuck up. Pick out the inconsistent clues one by one. Ooh. A hair and head injury. It's probably not that though. The inconsistent clues. I mean, a head injury and head wounds.
瓦礫が当たったのは
The debris fell on top of her head.
一目でわかるくらい大きな傷だ。
Hmm.
顔を上げている状態だったなら直前までは意識があったはずだ。
Mm-hmm.
手の甲に傷があった。手のひらは何ともなかった。
うん。瓦礫から頭をかばってできた傷だし。
頭に怪我をした後にかばったなら手のひらにも血がついている。
Exactly.
順序的に頭にぶつかる前に怪我したってことか。
Oh my god.
頭をかばうのは意識がある時にできることだ。
それのどこがおかしいんだ？
もう一度順を追って話して。
Oh my god. I arranged the events in the right order.
ステージが崩壊し足が鉄骨の下敷きになって
Okay,
身
step
動きが
one.
取れなくなる。もがいていると小さな瓦礫が落ちて体の下に散らばる。
Mm.
その瓦礫から頭を守ろうとして手の甲に怪我をする。
Okay.
頭を上げたところに大きな瓦礫が当たって
Ah. I understand.
それで？
今の話だと大きな瓦礫が
Wait.
2つ必要になるんだ。
No, I don't.
手の甲を怪我させたものと頭頂部に当たった。
Ah. Two? Two?
俺たちが見つけたそれらしい瓦礫は一つしかなかったんですよ。
Two. Okay.
その瓦礫が飛び上がってもう一度落ちてきたわけでもないし。
Well, I don't think it would do that, no.
頭に怪我をした状態で抱えてたら手のひらが綺麗なわけないよね。
After getting hit. That's true, yeah.
頭は致命傷なんだぜ。当たった後に手を動かすことはできないはずだ。
So first it was the little one and then it was the big one.
瓦礫は一つしかないのに目立つ傷は二つ。
手の甲の怪我、かすり傷なんかじゃなかったの？
No.
あ ちょっと待って。クニカちゃん、どうしたの？前提そのものが間違ってる。そ
What?
したら
Whoa, 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 whoa.
手の甲の傷、本当に瓦礫の下敷きになった後にできたのかな？
Wait.
手の甲は下敷きになる前に怪我したってこと？これはどうかな？
Okay, I'm listening.
ステージが崩れて田中プロデューサーが頭を抱えたまま逃げる。その途中瓦礫に当たって手の甲に怪我をする。
それから鉄骨の下敷きになったとしたら、
抜け出そうと顔を上げたとき、頭頂部に大きな瓦礫が。
That makes sense.
つまり手の甲は他のとこで怪我したこと。
That makes sense.
これで説明がつくでしょ。だから瓦礫も一つしか見つかってないのよ。
Okay, conclusion keyword. The fatal injury to the top of her head. Her legs were caught under the steel frame, pinning her down. It's hard to tell if she died during the initial collapse.
でも逃げる途中そうなったのに、チーフの遺体、事故前の位置から動いてない。
Wait, you saw her?
なぜ傷が2つできたかは説明がつかないってこと？
So she didn't run. There was a grave tension among the survivors.
すみません。俺のせいで。
It's our fault? Why? Duyun took a step back. Maybe she got hurt while running away, as Hina pointed out. No point in dwelling in these strange things when it was obviously an accident.
時間を割く必要はないのに。
あまりこだわらない方がいいよ。
Woof.
もっと苦しくなるだけだし。
I do want to stay sane.
結論を出すのは僕たちのやることじゃないと思うよ。
Duyun nodded. But the sense of doubt still lingered. Sehyun was remaining in the same spot. Sil's last remark revolved around in his mind.
でも、もう少し早く見つけること。
That's the one thing we can't think about,
なんで
Jayoung.
だかな。助けることができたかもしれない。
We never know.
最初はステージを見回る余裕はありませんでしたよ。
僕が気がついた時も、こっちでは何も聞こえませんでした。おそらく彼女が亡くなったのは、最初に倒壊した時に近いと思いますよ。
どうせダメだったってことか。
Not exactly.
そんなひねくれたこと言うなよ。何言ってるかわから
He's
ない
not
か。
saying that. Exactly, no. No, it was beyond our control. There's nothing we could have said or done. Can't say there was nothing we could have done. I wonder what else we could have done. No, it was beyond our control. What could we have done, huh?
不可抗力だったと思います。ナオトの言った通り、俺たちが気づいた頃にはもう手遅れだったと思います。残念ですが、今変えられるものは何もありません。
People are not liking that.
ごめんなさい。
僕たちにも重要な課題があるじゃないですか。
そう。ここから無事に抜け出すこと。
生きている者は生きるべきだってことじゃねえか。遠回しに言いやがって。
Gissing suddenly snorted.
呆れたぜ。
Well, yeah, it is. Have you seen our situation?
あんた何？
ずっと静かだったんで、一人だけ救助されたのか。
So we should just lie to ourselves?
くだらないこと言うつもりならしばらく黙ってる。
Get him in a...
急にみんなして悲しんでるふりして。おかしくないか。ぶっちゃけ。俺以外全員。
Oh my god, you can't say it like that.
いちいち逆らって陰口叩いてたんだろうがよ。
それは生前の話でしょ。今とは違うの。
After staring at Hina for a moment, Hyosung turned his head.
プロデューサーの葬儀で喪主でもやる勢いだな。
Oh my god.
言ってるの？
俺今レイナさん見てた？じゃあそうかもな。
どうしてそんなこと言うの？あんたね、乱暴なこと言わないでじっとしてたらどうにかなるわけ？
Why are you being rude?
俺の純粋な気持ちを無視されちゃ困るな。
Hyosung's eyes turned red. It was like Hyosung was a member of Sunghyun's fan club. He never had complaints about any of her directions or instructions. Hyosung liked what Sunghyun liked and hated what she hated.
せめてずっとプロデューサーの味方だった俺が言ってやんなきゃと思ってな。
Okay, what is it? Don't talk like that. I just speak my mind. I'd better change the topic. How much time is left until the rescue team comes? Don't talk like that.
ユーマ、そんな言い方はないだろう。仕事に関する意見が違うのと悲しむのは全く別の話
That
じゃない。
is true. That is true. Duyun unthinkingly folded his arms over his chest. He tried to suppress the aching pain in his heart.
お前も混乱してるんだろう。苦しいだろうな。
Aww.
でもこんなやり方じゃ
Oh.
何の役にも立たないんだぞ。
レオさん、
He liked that though.
俺胸が痛むんだ。頭も割れるように痛くて。どうしてどんどん悲しくなるんだ。どうして。
Their gaze toward Hyosung softened.
悲しいのはあんただけじゃないよ。
We are all sad.
生前の彼女と揉めたことはあるわ。でも今は心から痛んでいるのよ。
Mm-hmm.
信じてほしいの。
レイナさん、ユーマも分かっているはずですよ。
There was a heavy silence that lingered in the air. Okay, autosave checkpoint. Let's stop for now. I don't know how to close this game if I don't do it, like if I go to my taskbar and terminate it. I don't know how to go to the main menu. I'm gonna be honest. But it is time. It is time to end the stream. It's been good though. The game is just getting better and better. 5 more minutes, Mom? I can't. I gotta go get ready for tomorrow. And hey, listen, I did like 20 minutes more than I usually do. So that's pretty cool. Like 20 minutes more? Come on. Just kidding. Thank you for the stream. No, thank you all for coming. I hope you guys are enjoying the game. You know, when you can talk to the characters, when there's a lot of dialogue, that's when we spent the most time. I'm pretty sure we stayed there for like a good half hour or more, just trying to get all the evidence in. But you know, everything is interesting and it is part of the game, so it's good. It was good. I'm enjoying the game so far. I'm gonna be honest. It has been very fun. I can't wait to see where this goes. Let's see if anyone I know is streaming. Who is this? But I hope you had a wonderful night with me, and you enjoyed this little time that we spent. It was nice. I really enjoyed it, and streaming always makes me like in a good mood. I do like this, so I hope you liked it too. I think I'm just gonna raid. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm not sure. Is anyone playing Minecraft? Okay, no. Fate Magnet is live. We've rated them before, and they're super nice. So let's rate them. Oh my god, I didn't copy. Did I do it? Okay, yeah. Listen, they're playing Monster Hunter Rise. We've rated them before. They were playing the same game. It's a fun game to, like, look. It's a fun game to spectate. So I hope you guys have fun. And you wish them a lot, like, a good stream and a lot of love sent by yours truly, Tronem. I'll stick around for a little bit and then I'm gonna have to get some things ready. But you know how it is. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you so much for stopping by. It really does mean a lot. And I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully Monday. I don't think I'll have to reschedule anything to Tuesday again. So next Monday we shall continue this game. Alright? I love you so, so, so much. Drink your water. Stay safe. And, you know, stay well. I love you so much. Go send your love to Fate. Bye. Mwah.